Who do you think? No, me no want to hear. I don't want to hear because I don't want to. I don't know. Hey, trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. All right, so trackies. I will kid you not. This video is another thought-provoking video. Yeah, and it's probably gonna hit a lot of people's nerves, especially those out there that have their particular faves, including myself, because my first thought, when I saw this comment, this opinion, was to reject it with my entire being. And I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, this is athletics and this is just how the dice rolls sometimes. Right. So one particular trackie came into the comment section and left a very intriguing opinion, trackies. And as I said, my original thought was to reject the notion. But you know what? I thought this opinion is very valid, and what if something like this happens? You know what I mean? So I decided to bring this to everybody, and let's see what everybody thinks in the comment section below. So I'm gonna put the comment up on the screen so everybody can see. But anyway, let's go. So I have a personal feeling we are going to maybe see a recurrence of the Olympic trials 2008, where VCB was run out of top three. I have a feeling one of the big three might get run out of it, and not necessarily Brianna, but Lene is in it, Kemba is in it. They're saying Tia and also Alana Reed, Sasha Lee Forbes, Natasha. And it seems as though the athletes are improving rapidly, and the women's 100 meters right now is going crazy. I'm just ad libbing at the end of this comment track is, but anyway, that's the general, opinion as it stands right now that this trackie, had. As I said, originally, seeing this comment, I was like, oh my gosh, oh hell no. But then I thought, you know what? This trackie is onto something. This trackie could very well be onto something because, to be fair, so let's go back in 2008. The little known Shelley and Fraser Price out of nowhere comes second at our national championships. Karen Stewart walks away with the win. Sharon Simpson places third. And of course, Veronica Campbell Brown, that has been making Jamaican teams since she was, 18 years old, right? Was ousted, and it created a whole hullabaloo as it relates to who to omit from the team. They actually wanted to omit Shelley and Fraser Price, and yeah, it never happened at the end of the day, thankfully, because as you can see, Shelley did walk away with a phenomenal gold, in Beijing. But what are the chances of it happening this particular season, right, Chakis? Now I started to look at it and I'm like, all right, first thoughts to reject is not out the door. Let's actually, delve deep into it and see if it's actually very much possible. Well, when we look at the landscape, the female landscape, first thing we start to look at is the big three. We think about, Shelly, Elaine, Sharika. That's our big three. And if we're going based on most recent performances as it relates to where their best stands right now, it would be ranked Sharika, Shelly, then Elaine. That would pretty much be the ranking, right? So I did a video recently talking about, our women's 100 meter stead. But again, I didn't take it from this perspective. So now I'm looking at it from this perspective and I'm like, all right. If we're saying Sharika, possibly, if you're saying she could potentially be good, what could be the reasoning for the others to one of the other two to be ousted, and one of the other two being, Shelly or Elaine being ousted? Listen, don't come for me. It's not my comment. Do not come for me in the comment section. All right. So when I look at it, I'm like, all right, the reality is right now, Shelly is 37. That's as a fact. You know what I mean? As much as we want to believe, and as I convince myself that, and I have convinced myself of that, that until I see her stop, I will not believe that she's capable of not going. You know what I mean? But the reality is that others are of the notion that at the end of the day, Shelley is, 37. Her 37 is not going to operate the same as her 34 or her 35. You know what I mean? Or let's look at her 35. Her 35 was phenomenal. That was in 2022, right? 36 picked up an injury. 36 into 37 picked up an injury right there, you would say. Right. So here we are at 37, and the expectation is to come over that injury and be perfectly fine to head into the Jamaican championships or the Jamaican trials. Is she, one that could be possibly ousted? And then now when you look at Elaine Thompson here, right, she is known to be injury prone, where her Achilles, according to Stephen Francis, acts up, as frequently as a week, or every month. That's how bad it gets for her sometimes. So when you think about an athlete like Elaine Thompson here, though phenomenal, you start to think to yourself, is this a year where her Achilles could, affect her to the point where she also gets ousted, you know? By one of the what you would say a non-factor at this particular point, because again everybody's looking at the big three, right? So when we look behind them, it's very possible, because again, if any of these girls slip, there are people that are waiting in the wings to snatch their positions. So let's look at a Natasha Morrison last season, 10.85 seconds, looking to go from strength to strength. I'm definitely expecting her this year to be a consistent 10.8 sprinter and even run a personal best, possibly close to that 10.7 realm for this 2024 season. I've been looking at Natasha from 2015. I've always thought Natasha had it in her to go really fast. I've always thought she had 10.7 fast in her, and I'm finally seeing her, hit onto that amazingness. So it could potentially happen this season. Then now, we look at, I did a video talking about Brianna yesterday. Brianna is looking like she's ready to, finally hit some times that I've been dying to see her hit for years. Then no, when we look about Kemba Nelson, there was this little trending topic going on Twitter, and the question was posed, which athlete would you like to see make a comeback for 2024? And Kemba said herself, you know what I mean? So Kemba is coming. Kemba is definitely coming for 2024, right? And then we look at the young starlets like the Alana Reeds, doing phenomenal things. She's currently our national junior or under 20 record holder, right? 10.92, looking to go much faster herself. Then we bunch her in with the likes of the Clayton twins. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't believe that all of them are on the same level. That's for sure. But then we start to talk about Kevona Davis coming, Alane coming, and Ashanti Moore coming. We still have Sasha Lee Forbes that is there. So there's still athletes that are there waiting in the wings, waiting to potentially snip some wings. And, even though I say at the beginning of the video, if they're not on their A game, but what if they are on their A game and they still get ousted? Do you consider a 10-7 A game performance? I consider a 10-7 A game performance. You know what I mean? I don't think our athletes have to run 10-6 or run their personal best for it to be considered a game performance. As long as you're running 10-7s, you're close enough to your personal best anyway, as far as I'm concerned. Right. So yeah, I think that's a game performance. So if anybody stays into 10-7s, let's put it that way, potentially they could get ousted by those knocking on the door to get into that realm. So even though I'm saying, if they don't turn up 100%, maybe due to the injury or the age factor, what if they do turn up good and they still get ousted? Is that a possibility? Could we see a recurrence of what happened in 2008 with Verna Campbell Brown getting ousted? Trackies, sound off in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. If this is a possibility, who do you think? No, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear because I don't want to. I don't know. Anyway, sound off in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Like the video and subscribe. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.